Today, gentlemen, I want to go over some really cool style tricks that a lot of guys just don't even know about. Now, some of these tricks might seem sort of obvious, but then some other ones, you might scratch your head and go like, that actually makes a lot of sense. So as we get moving and go along, if you pick up something new, please hit the like button to help YouTube show this video to more guys that might need to see it. Okay, we're starting with removing those ugly white deodorant marks that you get on the sides of your shirt. Now, generally, you should put your deodorant on after you put your shirt on, but I know things happen and now you need to change your shirt. Now, as much as you try to avoid it, you still end up with those crazy deodorant marks. So here's what you do. Grab a used up dryer sheet and then just start erasing those deodorant marks. I don't know why and I don't know how this works as well as it does, but it instantly removes all of those marks. But just make sure you use an old dryer sheet, not a new one. Okay, next we have avoiding those ugly shoulder bumps that you get from your shirts by using better quality hangers. If you're still using those skinny plastic hangers, or worse yet, those tiny metal ones, those things are terrible because just within like a day or so, they stretch out the fabric in that one little spot in your shoulders, which leaves those weird looking bumps. Get yourself some wood hangers like these. So these have several benefits. First, they look awesome in your closet. Second, they're a lot longer, so they extend it down past the yoke and further down your shoulder. And thirdly, these are a lot thicker, so they put less pressure in one small point that causes those bumps. Now, something else you can do if you've got some like knit polos or some thinner fabric summertime shirts is get yourself some of these thicker coat hangers. Now, these are generally meant for your like thicker, heavier coats and sports jackets, but they also work really well for your thinner shirts and some of your knit shirts. Because look, as you can see, these cover a much bigger area of the shoulder and they won't cause those shoulder bumps. The next clothing trick is to use some double-sided fabric tape. Now, this stuff comes in really handy for several different reasons. One of the main reasons, though, is to help with your plackets on your button-up shirts. So you probably have some shirts that always seem to gap in between the buttons, whether it's in your chest area or maybe down towards your belt line. Use a little bit of this double-sided fabric tape in between those buttons and that problem just goes away. Now you can also use it to keep your pocket square up and in place and to keep your collar points down. And on the subject of collars, my next style trick is to use one of these. Now this little guy is from Slick Collar and they were nice enough to sponsor today's video. This is a flexible piece of thin plastic with these silicone pads out towards the end. So basically, you pop your collar up, you put this around the back of your neck, and then flip your collar back down. And because of this design, it helps keep your collar looking good, but more importantly, it helps your placket stand up and be a lot straighter. And that's one of the main downsides of dress shirts if you have some of these top buttons undone, because the upper placket area doesn't have any support and it always looks kind of weird and floppy. The Slick Collar fixes that problem without having to like cut open your shirts or modify anything. You buy this guy once and then you swap it over from shirt to shirt. It's simple, and after like 10 seconds, you totally forget you even have it on because it's that comfortable. Now they've got these new bundle kits with 3 different sizes. You've got the regular size, which is pretty much perfect for most shirt collars. They've got the slim size, which is good for like polo shirts and thinner collar shirts. Then you have the athletic size for larger neck sizes and larger shirt collars, and they're all fully adjustable to fit any neck size, and the silicone pads keep this thing in place so it doesn't slide around. I've done a few promotions for these guys before, and a lot of you guys give me feedback that you absolutely love these things. So there's going to be a special link down below in the description, along with a discount code that's going to get you a great deal. So go get yours today. Thank you, Slick Collar, for supporting my channel and for sponsoring today's video. All right, I want to jump back over to hangers for a second and talk about the reverse hanger trick. So here's the deal. Go to your closet and then flip around your hangers the opposite way. So then when you wear something and then wash it and then hang it back up the regular way. So after a few months, take a look at the things that are still reversed, because if you haven't worn that thing in like 2 or 3 months and it's in season, chances are you just don't like it for whatever reason, and you should probably consider getting rid of it, donating it, or just getting it out of your closet. Now let's talk about a really big pain point for a lot of us, and that's getting rid of wrinkles quickly and easily. Now, of course, you can bust out the iron or the steamer, but sometimes you just don't want to go through that hassle. Here's what I do. I've got one of these super fine mist spray bottles that I got on Amazon. So what I'll do is just spray a little bit of water on the shirt just to give it a little bit of moisture without getting it totally wet, and then throw that in the dryer. Now, depending on the shirt, I might grab like a bath towel and throw it in there as well, just to give it something else to kind of flop around with. Now, I've also heard that you can throw in an ice cube in the dryer, and that's another way to do it, but honestly, I've really never tried it that way, but everyone seems to say that that way works. Now, you could also just spray some water on the shirt with it still hanging up on the hanger, and then grab a blow dryer and then blow the wrinkles out that way. Now, here's another really good idea. So, say you've got some dress shoes that you really like, but they're just not quite as comfortable as you wish they were. Grab the insoles out of your athletic sneakers and then put those inside of your dress shoes. Now, most insoles in running shoes are, of course, removable, and it makes a world of difference inside your dress shoes. You can basically go from like a 3 in terms of comfort to a 9. Okay, now I want to move on to a few tricks you can use when you're putting your outfits together for the day. First things first, if you're wearing a suit jacket or a sports jacket, please, you've got to make sure to cut and remove that little tack stitching off the jacket vents in the back. That little thin stitch is only there to prevent damage during packing and shipping. That thread is supposed to be removed so those vents can open up freely like they're supposed to. Now, this next one's kind of a big deal because it's summertime right now, but if you're wearing white pants, wear skin-colored underwear. Now, I know the obvious choice would seem to wear white underwear, but white underwear shows through white clothing big time. So if you're a darker skinned guy, you're kind of in luck because you can get away with wearing something darker. But if you're a lighter skinned guy, try to find, if you can, like nude color underwear, or if you can't, wear something in a light gray. Again, don't wear white underwear under white pants. Another clothing trick is to stick with solid colors and neutral earth tones. Earth tones always look good together and always go together, so you don't have to worry too much about clashing your colors. Because the thing is, patterns can get to be a little busy and bold sometimes, but solid colors always look good. They make you look more sophisticated and, dare I say, more expensive and higher class. They just always work. So now this brings up a few different ways that you can wear your solid colors. Try both of these ideas and see what you think. Now, first is to wear contrasting outfits. If you have a little extra weight around the middle, wear darker solids at the top and then lighter color pants. That contrast is going to visually slim you down because dark colors are slimming because they subtract light, and light colors are bulking because they reflect light, adding some size. Now, the second idea is to wear monochrome outfits. So this is basically wearing the same general color but in different shades. So if you're wearing dark blue jeans, try like a medium blue to light blue shirt. Maybe you're wearing, say, gray slacks. Go with a dark gray or maybe a black sweater. You get the idea. The next trick is to use the sandwich method. I've talked about this a few times recently, but it's basically wearing a similar color shirt to your shoes. So maybe you've got a brown jacket on with blue jeans. Go with a brown pair of boots or shoes. If you're wearing a white shirt, go with white sneakers. Now, this isn't like a necessary thing or any type of a solid rule, but it's just one trick that you can use to add a lot more balance and interest to what you're wearing. Once again, gentlemen, if you enjoyed this one, please hit that like button and consider subscribing if you're not already. And as always, my friends, thank you so much for watching. Live well, and I'll see you in the next one.